Hello and welcome back to Sort of Strategy and another episode of Deck Discovery. A new archetype has been announced that has really caught my eye. I think the art looks class. I really like the way they look. First one of this I did was Battle Wasps. I've been testing them a good bit. I've stopped now for the last while, but they've been kind of disappointing. They've been hard to make work, and like it feels like you might as well just be playing Inzectors with them a bit, if you know what I mean. They kind of have some cool stuff, but yeah, I don't think they'll be that great. But this archetype, I haven't read any of these yet, so I don't know about it either. But I've read the first couple, and they seem pretty good. So, yeah, this could be a really interesting one. And yeah, I'm going to get straight into it. So, another episode of Deck Discovery. Zan Ki this time. So, there's Cybers, which is kind of, I guess, fine, interesting. There's lots of Cyber support coming out, so that will help, I'm sure. Starting with this first one. I just want to say I really like the art. I said that already, probably. But yeah, these look really, really cool. Okay, so first guy. Zan Ki Sigma, level 4 light Cybers tuner effect. So they're all Cybers. I'll read the level, type, and whether or not they're tuner, I guess, and then the name. So Sigma, 1000 and 1500. You can use the first effect of this once per turn. If you control no monsters in the extra zone while this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can special summon this card but banish it when it leaves the field. You can also for the rest of the turn after this effect resolves, you cannot special summon from the extra deck except for Cybers. So it locks you to Cybers. But I think that's fine. There's so much Cyber stuff coming out that doesn't really matter. And then if this card you control is used for a synchro material for a Zan Ki monster, you can treat it as a non-tuner. You can treat it as a non-tuner. So the synchros, okay, spoiler, one of the synchros is a tuner. Fair enough. Yeah, that's pretty good. So you can summon from anywhere, hand or grave, if you've got none in the extra monster zone. Very strong. Seems great. Okay, next guy. Zan Ki Nabla, dark level 4 tuner effect, 1000, 1500, so just reverse or the same? The same. You can only use each effect of this guy once per turn. You contribute one Cybers monster, special summon one Zan Ki monster from your deck. So this guy can fetch any of them by tributing himself, which is really cool, or something else, which is cool. Lair of Darkness, I guess if they have their own field spell, you could side it if you... it's just something I'm thinking about. If you're against Salamangreats, I don't know. And then, next effect, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target a Cybers monster you control, and in the extra monster zone, it can make a second attack during each battle phase this turn. Right, so if you use them as a synchro material, you can target the synchro, and then it can attack twice, which is pretty good. Yeah, that's really good. Okay, so an OCK potential, we'll say. Next guy, level 4 Cybers, not a tuner. Zan Ki Adion, 1000, 1000. You can only use the effect of this card's name once per turn. You can target one face-up monster on the field. Special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, that monster gains 1000 until the end of the turn. But this card cannot attack this turn. Also, for the rest of this turn, after this effect resolves, you cannot special summon from the extra deck except for Cybers. So he's an extender, and then kind of boosts the guy up, but that's not really that good. Maybe he'd be played just because of the fact he can special summon. He probably will be played, to be honest. He's an extender, and locking you to Cybers doesn't matter, seeing as another guy already does it too. I'm sure there'll be more. Alright, next guy. Zan Ki Subtra. Level 4 Fire Cybers, not a tuner, 1000, 1000. You can only use the effect of this card's name once per turn. You can target a face-up monster on the field, special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, that monster loses 1000 attack until the end of the turn. So this card cannot attack this turn. Also for the rest of the turn, you cannot special summon monster from the extra deck except for Cybers. So these guys are basically the same. This one boosts your own, and this one lowers your opponent's. So this guy pretty much is better in every way. The reason for that being your guys aren't unaffected, whereas your opponents might be unaffected, I guess, and maybe your opponent would be more likely to negate. It depends, I don't know. I think the other guy's better. Pretty much the same, so lots of extenders. Next guy. Zan Ki Multiplier, level 4 Earth Cybers effect. The other one that wasn't fire was dark, right? Yeah. Okay, so they have a dark, a light, and then fires and earths. That's cool. Probably some weird random elemental spells that you could probably play in this deck, like if you have 4 or more elements in the grave, you know what I mean? Or attributes, I should say. Okay, so 500, 2000. You can only use each effect of this card's name once per turn. You can target level 4 Cybers you control. Its level becomes 8 until the end of the turn. We'll see what the synchros and extra deck monsters, I guess, in general are like with this effect before we judge it. And then the second effect, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target a Cybers monster you control in the extra monster zone. Its current attack becomes double. So if you use this guy to double its attack, and then where is it? This guy can make it attack twice. That's a level 8 synchro you need for that. So, or a level 12 synchro. Do they have a level 12 and a level 8 synchro? We'll see in a minute. So, oh, already seen a level 8 synchro. Alright, last main deck monster. Zan Ki Division. Level 4 Earth Cyberus. You can only use each of the effects. This guy's 1500 and 1000. So they all equal... Oh no, they all equal 2-5 if you add them together, which kind of... I don't know if that's relevant at all. You can only use each effect of this card's name once per turn. You contribute a Cyberus monster you control, or in the extra monster zone, special summon a Cyberus from your hand or graveyard. Hand and graveyard. Oh my god. And it's a Cyberus monster, it's not just one of these guys, which is also really relevant. Okay, if this card is sent to the graveyard and you target monster on the field, its attack becomes halved. So they basically have like mirrors of each other. These have 4 Earths, Cyberus, not a tuner as well. So they basically have two guys of opposite attributes. Or not always opposite, but their effects are very similar to each other, but then reversed. So one halves an opponent's attack, one doubles one of your monster's attack, one lowers by 1000, one raises by 1000, and then they all share a second effect. So that's pretty cool, I guess. Kind of strange, but basically a load of extenders, and then their Cyberus is probably really good. The level 8 now, and they do have a level 12 as well, so that guy is changing something to level 8 effect is very relevant. 2500 only, but if you double it and make him attack twice, that's 10k straight away. Level 8 Fire Cyberus Synchro Tuner effect monster, so the other guy can make it act as a non-tuner. Oh yeah, any of the level 4s plus this guy makes the level 12 as well, so that's pretty crazy. One tuner and one non-tuner monster. You can use each effect of this guy's name once per turn. If this card destroys a monster by battle, you can target 2 cards your opponent controls, destroy them. Jesus, alright. A battle effect, not the best, but the fact that it destroys 2 is pretty crazy. Up to 2 as well, which is even better. If this card is destroyed by battle, or if this card is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can add a Zanki spell or trap from your deck to your hand. Nice, okay, we'll see what the spell and traps do in a bit, but right now... Oh, they have an XYZ as well, nice. Ranked 4. This deck is well supported anyway, we'll say that. And they definitely have at least a spell or trap, 1. But yeah, we'll see. Level 12 Fire Cyber Synchro, 3000 attack, this guy. Tuner and a non-tuner, and same with the other guy. You can only use the third effect of this once per turn. While this card is in the extra monster zone, it's unaffected by effects except Zan Ki cards. Wow, that is really good. If this card in the extra monster zone battles an opponent's monster, any battle damage this card inflicts to your opponent is doubled. Double battle damage, unaffected by anything. Can attack twice, and you can double his fucking attack as well using the... Actually, no, you wouldn't be, unless you made him with 3 level 4s. But still, that's possible, probably, it seems like, with this deck, with all the extenders you have. And you half or raise your guys' attacks as well, using the plus and minus 1000 or whatever, guys, and the half an attack and double an attack. This deck seems pretty crazy, to be honest. If this card is destroyed by battle, or in its owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can add a Zanki card from your deck to your hand. So both of the synchros... Oh, card. This says card, not just spell or trap. Okay. Really good. Really good. Except Zanki cards. So he can be affected by your own stuff as well. If there's a Zanki spell or trap that buffs his attack, this guy will be immovable, pretty much. Alright, so the rank 4. Wow, he's first effect that has a lot of choices here, and I see a spell. So first thing, rank 4 Earth Cyberus XYZ, or XCs if you want to say it like that. Zan Ki Laplation. And then what are the other ones? Final Sigma and Magma. Okay, cool. Cool. I like the names. These guys are really... I really love these guys so far. 3 level 4 monsters. You can only use the first effect of this card's name. What? You can only use the first effect of this card's name. That must be once per turn, I assume. If this card is XYZ summoned, you can attach up to 3 materials from this card and activate that many of these effects. Send a random card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard. Oh, this deck is ridiculous. Send one monster your opponent controls to the graveyard. Send one spell or trap your opponent controls to the graveyard. So this is already a first turn play. You can probably make 2 of these by reading these guys' effects so far. I'm making these. They look great. Their effects seem so good so far, and yeah, I don't know, it's a change of pace. I've been playing, as I said before, if you haven't watched my other videos, I've been playing Infernoids for years, and I really do. I want to move on now. I went to Nationals there, and spoiler for my next video, I didn't do that great again, so yeah, I would like a change. 2 spells, nice. One's equipped spell, but still. Normal spell, you can activate one of these effects per turn. Oh shit, I didn't read the second effect. If a Zan Ki card you control be destroyed, you can attach material from this instead. So if you go first, you take a card from their opponent's hand, and then you have the protect effect, which is really good. And if you go second, you can remove shit, which is also amazing. You can activate one of these effects per turn. Activate one of this card's name per turn. Target a Zanki in your graveyard, special summon, and if you do, it gains 1000 attack until the end of this turn. You can summon the synchros back. So if you make the level 8 synchro and then make the level 12 synchro with the level 8, you can summon it back. Boys, this deck, I'm pretty excited about this. A trap as well, continuous trap, okay. Let's read the equip spell, might as well. It might be bad, but who knows. With the level 12 synchro being unaffected by everything else except for Zanki cards, this could be alright. Equipped to a Cyburst monster, not just a Zanki, which is nice. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name. Once per turn, during damage calculation, if the equipped monster battles an opponent's monster, you can send a Zanki monster from your deck to the graveyard. The equipped monster gains attack equal to the sent monsters until the end of the turn. Holy shit. This deck is just OTK, like, central. This seems playable as well, seeing as the level 12 is unaffected by everything. If this card is sent from the spell and trap card zone to the graveyard, you can target a Zanki in your graveyard, except for this, add it to your hand. So you activate this, foolish a card, and then when it goes, you can add it to your hand. Wow, this seems pretty crazy. I didn't read what this is. Formula, I didn't read the names. So, Zanki Formula? Yeah, I read him already. And then Zanki Divider. Okay, pretty crazy. Zanki Induction, Continuous Trap. You can only activate one effect of this card's name per turn. Cyburst monsters you control gain 500 permanently. That seems pretty good. If you control a Zanki monster, you can send this face-up card you control to the graveyard and target a card your opponent controls, destroy it. So it's also removal. It's a trap, so that's either player's turn, I assume. So that's not bad. I don't know if you'd play it, but the continuous gain is not bad once you get the synchro out, because he's unaffected by all your opponent's stuff. This deck's crazy. Alright, last trap, is it? Yeah, it's the last card. Okay. 2 spells, 2 traps. Not too bad. A normal trap, you can only activate one of this card's name per turn. Target 3 Zanki monsters with different names in your graveyard to activate one of these effects. Special summon them, but their effects are negated, and if you do immediately after this effect resolves, synchro summon one Zanki synchro using only those monsters. If you do this, all materials are shuffled into the deck instead of being sent to the graveyard, so you immediately make the level 12 synchro. Pretty crazy. Special summon them, but their effects are negated, and if you do, make the XYZ Zanki. Or XZs. Wow, okay, I am impressed, honestly, I really am. The fact that they're fire and earth, and then light and a dark as well is interesting. I'm really excited for these. So far, I'm actually really pleasantly surprised, which is, you know, a nice change, seeing as Battle Wasps, I think, were pretty disappointing, honestly. But yeah, I'm really, really excited. I'm probably going to do a video on the Hakai monsters as well, so, you know, stay tuned for that if you want to read that. But yeah, really impressed, really love the way they look, really love the OTK spam the fields type stuff, a change of pace for me, and yeah, I'm going to end it there. So, drop a like if you liked, subscribe if you want to see more, and thank you for watching. If there's any deck you want me to cover in particular, drop a comment, and yeah, bye-bye.